Good morning, second graders. I am not going to be in person today or online today, but I still wanted to read you a book this morning to get the morning off. And we just finished reading a small chapter book the last 3 days called Henry and Mudge. And I think some people really liked it and want more books like that. And so I thought that it might be a good idea for me to start reading at least parts of different chapter books to spark your interest, because sometimes a chapter book can be really daunting because you're not sure what it's about or kind of what those series are like. So I'm going to read a little bit from a series. I might read this whole thing depending on how it goes. And you might be thinking, well, I'm not ready for a chapter book. I'm also reading this to you because this could be something that you read with your family. Maybe someone at your house reads it to you. Remember, your reading doesn't always have to be you reading by yourself. It can be someone reading to you. And so that's a good idea, and that's why I'm doing this. So this is a series called The Black Lagoon Adventure, and there's some shorter books that are the same series, but this one is a short chapter book, and I like this for students who are just starting to read chapter books because the font is bigger and the chapters are pretty short. And I think that short chapters can really be nice, especially when you're starting off with chapter books. Even if you're not, I am 32 years old and I still like books that have short chapters. Even if the font is really, really tiny, I prefer short chapters because I can feel accomplished. I like getting to that next chapter. All right, so this one's called The Science Fair from the Black Lagoon. So before I start reading, what is a science fair? Do you guys know? Maybe brainstorm for a minute. You can pause the video. What's a science fair? All right, well, a science fair is usually schools will do it when you get a little bit older, and they will be you can do any project that you want. And it can be like, why do balloons fly? Or when I was a little girl, I had 2 hamsters, and my science project was about which kind of food they liked the best. So I don't know if you've ever seen hamster food, but normally there's like corn kernels and sunflower seeds and little pellets. And so I made a hamster maze, and I put each of the food in different little sections, and I would race them to see which one of the types of food they liked the best. So it's always asking a question. All right, so this, based on just the cover, looks like it's not going too well. So let's read chapter 1. And I like it also. See, there's lots of chapters, but they're pretty short. And they don't even do the whole page. There's lots of pictures. So here's the first picture. Look at the teacher. I wonder why she looks like a crocodile. All right, Mrs. Green says that we're going to have a science fair and that we all have to invent something. I know all about inventors. I've seen them in the movies. Inventors are a bunch of clowns with crazy hairdos, pop bottle glasses, and baggy white coats. They are always trying to figure out ways to turn the world upside down. All right, so again, there's the picture. Doesn't sound like he's too excited about it. Some inventors and scientists make monsters like Dr. Frankenstein. Some turn themselves into monsters like Jekyll and Hyde. Who thought 2 heads were better than 1? What about Dr. Buzz? He turned himself into a giant fly. He was flying high until he got zapped by a SWAT team. Or Dr. Dillon, who turned himself into a giant pickle. Then there are those scientists who just grow things in test tubes, like slime, glob blob, and muck yuck. They always get stuck late at the office or are totally absorbed in their work. I wonder if I'll get wrapped up in my invention. All right, so that was the end of chapter 1. So I want you to brainstorm as a class right now. This chapter ended by saying, I wonder if I'll get wrapped up in my invention. So the next chapter is called Invention Intention. So he's going to need to think of a science project for his science fair. So what are some of your guesses? Brainstorm as a class. You can turn the video off in a minute, but that's what you're going to do for the next few minutes. Just brainstorm. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think he's going to invent? Do you think it's going to go well, or do you think there's going to be a big disaster based on what we know already? All right. So if you are online, I will not meet with any friends online today. If you are in person, I hope you are on your best behavior. I expect you to have your mask on all day except for snack and lunch. I expect you to clean up your area. I expect you to be kind. And I expect you to work hard. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I miss you already, and I will see you soon. Have a good day.